How you doing, YouTube? Back with another Real Racing 3 tuning video. As you see by the car I have up on the board, we'll be going over a NASCAR, but not that one. The NASCAR paint scheme we're going over is the Jeff Gordon paint scheme. It can be found here. It is on my Dodge Charger SRT8. I have another car I want to show you before we begin. It's my Lexus ISF with the Real Racing 3 logo on it. And there that is. Let me lighten up my screen a little bit. There. I can see a little better now. And another car, I'll go ahead and show you the Richard Petty car. The fencing that I have here is to mimic the stickers that would normally be there. Typically there would be corporate sponsorship stickers in this right by that front wheel well on both sides of the car, but of course I didn't have enough to use it to fill up that whole spot, and that's about the shape it would be in. So there's Richard Petty's name, got a red stripe down the center all the way to the back. I did the best I could to keep it straight, and then there's an STP in the back right quarter panel, back left quarter panel, and STP on the hood. Not perfect, but it's good enough that it fools the eye. And so a person hopefully will find this car as they're racing and stop and take a snapshot of it. And so let's go ahead and move on to the centerpiece. And today that will be the Jeff Gordon Dodge. They don't have a Chevy in here, which is the one he drove, but this car presented the best body style for doing this. So to begin, let's talk about the paint scheme. I don't normally cover the paint schemes a lot that I use, but this one is important because as the base I used this matte red, and you'll see why it was important when we go into the vinyls. So really quick, most of the vinyls that took up for the 50 were lettering and numbering, a lot of letters and numbering. To begin, I blocked off the center of the car with big blue blocks. I had to mirror them, and I needed two. There's the first one, and there's the second one. Okay, that's to block the center of the car off. From there, I laid down all the numbers, the roof number and the side numbers, and I made them big right there. That 4 right there is a little crooked. Let me straighten that out. I might not be able to do it right now. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and after the numbers, I put his name on the roof, and I was able to get it really straight. I'm not happy with the way that N and the O fell off through that line there on the door, but I left it because, you know, it's aesthetically it looks good. I only know that the line of the door is going through the end, but most of the time when somebody finds this car, they're not going to notice it. And again, I used the screening, and I think I put that on last. So let's get to the rainbow. Now, you know that Jeff Gordon drove many different styles of the DuPont Chevy, and this was one of the earlier versions, and then he went to flames. I chose to do this one because I've done another car with flames, and I said this car would make it more recognizable as the Jeff Gordon car. Person ain't gonna worry that it's a Dodge. First striping I put down, this blue striping across the center, and that color right there. Then I put down a lime green, that color here, and then a yellow. And then I was able to leave that like that, and you can start to see how it built up. Now, once I got to putting down this oval, let's go ahead and find that shape. It's right there. I started to build up the DuPont logo. The first letter that I put in was actually the P, because the P needed to be big. If you go find the DuPont logo, you'll notice that the P is big. This one needs to come over a little bit. There, that's better. And so I had to have this sitting about just like that in order to get it right, so that it didn't look warped from any side. You want it to look as natural as possible. Just white lettering. You got a big P, and all the other letters are small, and you just spell out DuPont. And then the back striping. And how I did that is that I just simply mirrored a curve. And there's the curve. Okay? And then it would come like that on the opposite side. And then the next one I did right there and right there, the same colors as the front, but just reversed. And again, the red finished it all off. And what allowed it to blend, what helped me, was the fact that the window's there, and I didn't have to worry about the rest of the curve falling onto the car. And then I built up the Valvoline. And you can see, first of all, the first letter in the Valvoline isn't a letter, it's a red and blue I. Okay? That right there, I think that's a stripe, as a matter of fact. Is that a stripe or is it an I? Let's find out. Alphabet. Yeah, it's an I. It's a blue and a red I that I tilted to the sides so that I could mimic what they did in the real world with that big blue and red V in the Valvoline. And then I just spelt out the rest of the name with blue letters. On the opposite side of the car, I spelt out DuPont in big white letters, which is where it would be on the real car. And I like these rims. These rims worked well and whatnot. They made the car pop along with the big yellow numbers. And it was really that easy. And again, on one side of the car, I use a dark gray screen here, and then on the other side, I use a lighter screen. So there's the light screen, and there's a dark screen. You see that? And that's how I built that up. And when you mirror it, that's how it'll end up looking. It's just to mimic the corporate bumper stickers that are on the sides of the NASCARs. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you the panels, and there's not that many of them. Remember, most of this car is lettering and numbers. So 2 blocks center, letter it off, then stripe, and then the DuPont logo. DuPont, white, blue. Next, those are ovals in the shape. and go to shapes, and that's the oval right there, a white one and a blue one laid on top, and then a big P, and the do and the aunt are little, and then curves, 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 same color scheme, and the rest of it is just lettered out. You don't have to, you can, if you want to save one panel for something else, you can go ahead and use a V. I chose to do my V like that. So that's basically it. I'll spin the car around one more time so you can see it. And that is how you do the Jeff Gordon Dodge. So leave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you are enjoying this series. This is number 5. Next, I may do my General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. Probably. Have a nice night.